All right, thanks for joining us on Gettable's Draft Night Countdown. We're joined by a very special guest now at the Gettable desk. It is West Coast list boss Matt Clarke. Clarke, thanks for coming on again.
Was that desk and not guest?
It's a tongue twister, I'll say that much.
Good start to the day. How are you?
It's early. It's particularly early in Perth.
It is particularly early in Perth, exactly right.
I think alarms have been set statewide to hear what you've got to say.
There's every chance I have, mate, for sure.
Thanks for coming on. It's a busy couple of
worries.
days, and it's a big couple of days for the footy club. Is the excitement in the air? Do you notice it? And I'm sure you've been back and forth to Perth in recent weeks as well around what this draft can provide as a footy club.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a really exciting time for us. I mean, we understand where we're at as part of our journey and our list build and where we're trying to get to. A lot of change at the footy club with our lists and our football department, obviously a new coach as well. So, yeah, it is exciting, holding a couple of early picks and 3 picks inside 20 as well. So, yeah, we're really excited.
How have you narrowed that process down to get your list of boys who would be in the mix for those first 2 picks?
Like most clubs, all the recruiting boys done a power of work throughout the year, and you always some last minute sort of little tidy ups here and there, and you want to let the guys think. Like Dwayne Massey, our recruiting manager's put a lot of work in, and he's having a good think about how the order sits and where it looks from there. So but it's an exciting time. It's difficult. It's a pretty even group that we think there's some really talented players right at the pointy end, but then it evens out pretty quickly. So it's about what you want, what you need on your list as we get further through the draft.
Have you locked it in?
Oh, I think we're pretty close. Yeah, I think we're pretty close. I think there's been a few boys there that have put their hands up probably in the back half of the year to go, hey, what about me? Is one of those really top selections, which is great, and it sort of works into what you're trying to do with if you wanted to move up and get extra picks to do it, which other clubs have tried to do. So it's a unique top 10 though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Have you told the guys that you're going to draft?
No, we haven't. No, we're still yet to have a final couple of meetings. We'll meet probably today, and then another chat with our guys in Perth before they all arrive, likely tomorrow, the coach and footy managers as well, so to go through those things. But we haven't told anybody what we're doing. We're still 3 days to go. I mean, it's unlikely that anything's going to move, but you just need to be prepared, and last thing you want to do is tell a guy that you're going to do something and something changes.
What about Willem Desmond? We just spoke about him there and just saw some of his highlights. He's had a fantastic season. He's obviously very much in the thinking and the strong favourite to be the number 1 pick. Tell us about his year.
Yeah, I mean, he's played just about every position on the ground, effectively, bar ruck, I think, and probably shown some great potential on all those positions, which is pretty valuable at what we're talking about with AFL footy these days, that positional flexibility. So he's played well at championship level, he's played well at VFL level, he's played well for Gippsland, he's played well for the AFL Academy. So he's got a great skill set. He's given himself every opportunity to be a very high pick.
He's been great right the way through, as has another guy in Cooper Duff Tyler. I reckon Cal coined Duffma probably when you got the 1 and 2 picks, or when it looked like you were going to get the 1 and 2 picks. What have you seen from his season as well? Because he's another one that's played in a variety of different positions right through the year.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, and he's obviously a bit of school footy at the start of the year as well. And given that he probably hasn't had the chance until this year to really devote a lot of time to his footy, given his basketball background as well. So I think with the big boys, you can judge them pretty harshly at times because there's not that many on the ground. So we probably focus on what they can't do at times, but I think when you put together what he can do is pretty exciting at all levels.
Do you think he starts as a forward when you look at him? I'm not saying you're picking him, although I kind of think you will.
No,
Do you think he can start as a forward though? Like we saw that at VFL level for the Bombers late in the year.
Yeah, I think he can. I think a lot of those big boys tend to do that. Rarely they get thrust into a number 1 ruck roll straight up. So you probably want to ease them into that with their bodies. Guys that can run and cover the ground probably give yourselves a bit more opportunity to play a bit more ruck as well. So and potentially with a lot of those other big boys throughout the draft with an extra man on the bench, maybe it is a chance that you could play an 18-year-old bigger boy for a bit longer.
How many have you had in that mix for the 2?
I think we've probably had 4 or 5 in that mix, to be fair, for at the start of the year. And there's obviously a couple of guys that really put their hands up late. The guys that have come through the Coates League program, and then some interstate guys as well that have played some senior footy. So yeah, it's been an exciting time, and it's been hard to split.
How much do you consider the factors of potentially bidding there as well?
I think our job is to rank the players accordingly, and I think what the other potentially the academies have done and NGA and there's father-sons, you just 't got to put them in an order. So I think if you get caught in not sort of putting them in the right way, then it's going to affect something what you do later on in the draft. So I think we'll rank them and bid on them accordingly if we see fit.
Have you got any offers either through trade period before then or after that in the pick swaps window for one or two? Any firm offers for it?
No, there's been no firm offers for it. I mean, we've had a couple of discussions, but there's been nothing say this is what we're prepared to give. So I think it's that sort of draft, and I think there's enough clubs. Obviously, the unique nature of that top 10 with the amount of clubs that have multiple picks and potentially another one having 3 picks inside that as well, they may try and do that, but I think everyone's pretty comfortable at the moment from what I feel of sitting and choosing players.
And 3 picks inside 13 is important for the footy club too, because over the last couple of years it's been difficult for you as a club to get multiple early selections. So 13 comes in. How much does that depend on who you grab there versus who you're going to take at the top and that overall mix?
Yeah, it does. I think we'll stick pretty true to our ratings of what that player might be at 13, what type that is as well. So, but it is. I mean, we understand that some assistance from the AFL, and we managed to use that to obviously help bring in a player in Brandon Starcevic, which is really important at the footy club, but also improve our list position to bring a pick higher up to get it to 13. So to have 3 picks currently sitting inside sort of 15 was always a strategy, which at this stage it's looking like it's going to work. So we're pretty excited by that. I mean, in previous years, if the clubs had a first pick and then the next pick's not till 30. Yeah. So to have those 3 picks, and we understand that that's also part of free agency and we're losing our captain to another club, so we understand what that landscape looks like, but it's obviously afforded us another pick inside the 10.
There's been some talk of potentially moving that 13. Do you see yourself staying there and picking there now?
There's some chance that we could... Some chance we could actually move up. There was also a chance we could move back, depending on that group of players. We've had some discussions around. I think a lot of clubs are having discussions anywhere from pick 9 through to 15 to 16 about either moving up or moving back. So we'll have a group of players there, and if it feels like we're getting something reasonable to move back, we could do it. But we're also looking like we could try and move up as well, or it might be just status quo and we'll sit and pick a player.
You've got a few players who have ties to the footy club in NGA form, and that's Wes Wally, Tyler Williams, Kobe Evans, and also Charlie Banfield, who's the son of Drew, premiership star, of course, of the footy club in the 90s. What's the read on those guys, and do you expect a bid on any of those in that sort of back half of the draft?
It's quite difficult to tell this year, I reckon, with that back half of the draft of those selections. So we nominated those guys thinking that we've got some interest in all of them at some point. So, but we haven't guaranteed them anything. It's the nature of this draft is difficult. So where a bid might come and where other players might get to, I think it's a really even group. So we're just mindful of staying true to our ratings, and we've been open and honest with the communication around that with those guys. So, and we may even do that a little bit more in the next few days. You
mentioned the concessions that were afforded to you earlier. Part of that was the 4 extra rookie spots. Our very own Josh Gablich reported last week that Finn McRae looks like winning one of them. There's obviously Dev Robertson coming to the football club as well. How does that process unfold from here for you guys?
Yeah, well, obviously from a pro scout point of view, we've been looking at a lot of those guys during the year, and we think that given where our list balance sits in terms of an age demographic, we needed to add some experience in those rookie positions. So we're really mindful of adding that to a young emerging group. We think getting some high-end talent through the national draft is going to be really important for us, but also adding some experienced guys that've played some AFL football and are still hungry to get there, and we think that actually got the potential to play a lot more AFL footy in those roles. So they'll be able to come in and support those guys as well, but also the carrot will be there for those guys to earn a spot in the first team.
Sorry, I was just laughing because the highlight of Dev with the rib jumper just popped up. I hadn't seen it for a while. The fury of which he throws that jumper.
He plays very much like that, so if he's kicking the footy or tackling someone or throwing a jumper, he's probably going to do it the same way, knowing Dev.
You mentioned Starcevic before, and I think in the mix of the whole trade period, it kind of got lost how big a signing that was.
Yeah.
And that's just not saying that because you're sitting here, but his 2 grand finals performance has been outstanding, a key player of their premiership side, and I'm assuming as well from a leadership point of view he's going to be really valuable for you guys.
Oh, he is. I mean, he's obviously been a proven player at the highest level on the biggest stage a couple of times, so what he's going to bring is some real steel and some hardness to our group. He's a quietly spoken guy, Stars, but when he's got something to say it's really important, so to add him to our back 6 initially, and who knows where he may play in another role, that'll be up to the coach at some point to have a look at, but to add him to guys down in the back 6 like Ruben Ginby and Brady Hoff and Liam Baker if he plays down there as well, and Harry Edwards, and our captain Liam Duggan, we think it's a really good addition to us.
Can I ask, I mean, you just mentioned some of those guys in the back 6 already, and you bring Tyler Young through as well, and Ryan Marrick's come along really well since being picked up in the mid-season draft. How much of that was a a point of focus for you to want to build out from the back line first? Because it feels like that back six, back seven is really strong now.
Yeah, it was. I think we had some areas of the ground we needed to replace some players. Obviously, with Tom Barras going out last year and losing a great in Jerry McGovern this year was always going to be a focus. So to bring those guys in Youngie and Stas as well, really solidifies our back six or seven. We still know we need some work around our midfield group. Probably got a little bit missed in the last 6 months. Of signing Harley Reid for another couple of years was really important to us as well. Some real high-end talent there. So we've got some guys that we would need to go through the midfield, and we may potentially get through at the top end of the draft as well.
Now, I did want to mention Harley Reid because he's obviously...
Is there a gong or something that goes off when you do that?
There is actually an alarm. I think that...
There we go.
There is.
And I did come prepared. I've got just to put it
in the jar.
Put it in the Harley Reid mention jar, which... That's about as much as you're paying him, isn't it?
Yeah,
something like that.
Pretty close.
I might just put that there for the rest of that one.
There's not even any gold in there.
We're tied here. That was significant. Like, can you just... The relief from a footy club point of view, from a personal point of view, from a Harley point of view, when that actually happened, like from everyone's point of view, just that the discussion stops now for a couple of years?
Yeah, no, it's a significant step for the footy club to get him to sign on. And I think there's a lot of the talk around will he stay, will he go? Well, he was contracted as well for another year. So, but Harley's he's really engaged in the football club, and he's got a great relationship with Minnie as well, and he's got a great relationship with some of our young players, but also our veterans as well. So I always felt like we're in a really good spot for him to stay, and for him to commit and sign on for those extra couple of years is really important for the footy club. So I think when he got hurt later in the year, we missed him. I think people forgot how good this kid is, but how much better he could be. So it's going to be exciting pre-season.
It looks like he's come back in really good nick as well. And does he mentor the number one pick? Does he get him in? Is there a spare room?
Oh, there could be. Yeah, there could be. No, he does look in better shape than last year, and we forget the pressures on a young guy, both on and off the field, to get himself in the right shape. And sometimes we forget how young these guys are, and they're moving out of home, and so moving across the other side of the country. So he's in good shape. He's in a really good mental space as well, Harley. So he's really keen to attack the pre-season.
Now I know you want to take the Harley Reid mention jar because it's full of coins, obviously, and 20 pence, whatever Riley just put in for. But instead, for coming in, you get a new Gettable mug. You might already have one, but there's another one as well to add to the collection.
Put that in the pool room, I reckon.
Well, Clarke, it's going to be a big week for you, so thank you very much. Good luck with picks 1 and 2 and with 13 as well, and thanks for coming on Gettable.
No worries, thanks boys.